Example 5, use transformations to graph f of x equals 1 minus the square root of x plus 2. First, what we want to do is identify the parent function. You should recognize that this is the square root function, so g of x equals the square root of x. Then what we want to do is rewrite this function so that's in the form that's where we can easily identify the transformation. So we will write this by switching the terms. 1, put that in the back, move it to the back. So negative square root of x plus 2 plus 1. The transformation form is a times the square root of x minus h, or b times x minus h, and then plus k. Now notice that we have the x minus h here and we have x plus 2 here. So what we want to do is rewrite it so that we have x minus instead of x plus. Plus 2 is the same thing as minus and negative 2. Alright, so now we can identify that a is a negative 1. B is going to be 1 because there's really nothing being multiplied to x minus a negative 2. So h is a negative 2 and k is a positive 1. So a is a negative 1. That means it's a vertical reflection. H is a negative 2. That's moving left to the right, left 2 units. K equals 1. That means we're moving up 1 unit. All right. So now let's see what the parent graph looks like, and then perform transformation on that. Remember that the square root of x, the graph should look something like this. More specifically, we have these points, 0, 0. The square root of 1 is 1. The square root of 4 is 2. Now we're going to perform these transformations, vertical flip, and left 2, and then up 1. So vertical flip what we're going to do, vertical flip, that affects the y value. So the y value is going to be the opposite. 0, opposite of 0, 0. Opposite of 1 is going to be negative 1. And then opposite of 4 or 2 is going to be negative 2. Then we're going to perform the going to the left. So the x value, subtract 2. Left, 0 minus 2 is going to be negative 2. 1 minus 2 is going to be negative 1. And then 4 minus 2 is going to be 2. And now we're moving up 1 unit, so we're going to take the y value and plus 1. 0 plus 1 is 1. Negative 1 plus 1 is 0. And then negative 2 plus 1 is 1. Then let's plot those points. Negative 2, 1. Negative 1, 0. And then 2, 1. So the graph looks something like this.